Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a good weekend. I know that September 11th was on Saturday, which kind of put a dim for a lot of people on Saturday, or I would imagine so. The weird thing is, 9/11 affected New York, yet because of the 3,000 people killed, you would think that every year it would be, it, you'd hear about it every anniversary worldwide, maybe. Well, I don't know, all around the world. Though I would imagine the 5th, 10th, 15th, and 20th anniversaries would be all around the world. Meanwhile, Ranting Monkey even mentioned that on the 20th anniversary, nobody was really making that big of a deal the days that were preceding. Is it preceding? The days leading up to, I should say, leading up to 9/11, as they did on their 5th, 10th, and 15th anniversaries. And the anniversary every 5 years, it's usually a big deal. So, all that being said, I'm not gonna get into 9/11 because I just wanted to respond to disgusting posts that I saw on social media. Now, there were tweets that had to mention January 6th. Two of those that I know of got ratioed. Those are the only two that I saw mention January 6th, though. Yeah, so they got ratioed because January 6th really was, or as much as the media talks about how this, as much as the media says it was this terroristic event, insurrection, it still wasn't, it still was nothing in comparison to 9/11. So, a lot of people thankfully did realize that. So, that led to those tweets getting ratioed. And thankfully, yeah, a lot of people had enough common sense to reply to those and say, this tweet is wrong. Now, unfortunately, these other tweets or these other posts that I'm about to screen share didn't receive as much, um, they didn't receive as much notoriety, or they weren't condemned as hard as they should have been. So, yeah, this, oh, my, yeah, I shouldn't, I'm not wearing, I'm not wearing a retainer or Invisalign. Okay, so, RIP to the 2,996 Americans who died on 9/11, and RIP to the 1,455,590 innocent Muslims who died in the invasion for something they didn't do. So, yeah, this is basically what happens every year. Is that well, I'm glad that the tweets mentioning January 6th weren't, or well, I'm glad those tweets were ratioed. You still have posts like these that you see every year that mention Muslims or that take the take the attention away from the take the attention away from the people, the innocent victims killed by Al Qaeda, and instead are placed on the Muslims who were killed. Yeah, who were killed following the Iraq War. So I had a lot of thoughts about this post specifically. Every single year, the left has to make 9/11 exclusively about Muslims. Yes, it's wrong to kill innocent Muslims. It's also wrong to put no effort, or certainly not as much effort as they do Muslims, into the innocent victims of 9/11 on 9/11. They don't care about the victims killed by Al-Qaeda. They don't care about the Muslims killed, they say, happened because of the September 11th attacks until September 11th. They just want to be divisive by taking the attention away from the 3,000 citizens killed a day they're either too young to remember or weren't alive for. This would be like if every anniversary when George Floyd died was used as an excuse to list every white person killed by police, or every police murdered as a response to Black Lives Matter or ACAB. Also, if all lives matter only exists because of Black Lives Matter, then what does that make posts like these? Now, this post also includes a caption, which I'm going to scroll down a little. It says, until this day, it seems like innocent Muslims' lives never matter. Until this day, innocent families have been ripped apart from bombs. Until this day, children in poor countries don't know what their next meal would be, that is if they even have a meal. So, going back to who died for something they didn't do, they say that the 1 million Muslims who died for something they didn't do, they say that as they argue for reparations and blame white people for slavery, which they weren't alive for, or segregation, which many people fought to end, as well as slavery. They say this as they fight for critical race theory to be taught in schools just because one white person said the N-word, one white teacher said the N-word, or whatever. The same word leftists call black conservatives, and Zoe Saldana, by the way, who died, yeah, they say who died, uh, in the invasion versus they didn't do. They say that as they chant "Teach men not to rape" every time they hear a woman was raped. That's which is by an lesbian erasure, by the way. They say this as they answer, walk around at night when they're asked what they do if men weren't around for 24 hours. And they say this as they justify, yes, all men. So, it seems like innocent Muslims' lives never mattered. So Muslim lives matter now, as opposed to Black Lives Matter, or is it Black and Muslim lives? By the way, if the argument Black Lives Matter means Black Lives Matter too, not only Black Lives Matter, then is this trying to say Muslim lives only matter every 9/11? Until this day, it seems like innocent Muslims' lives never mattered. Well, until this day, the left doesn't actually care about innocent Muslims killed. Until this day, the left pretends to care about innocent Muslims killed just to take the attention away from the innocent people killed the day of. Yeah, so this is very contradictory uh, if they believe in, or if they believe that all lives matter is problematic because the they're taking the attention away from the black people who were killed by innocent police or are corrupted by the justice system or whatever their argument is. It's just I have to make it stop sounding like I'm wearing retainer or Invisalign since I'm not. Um, so that is contradictory to it's contradictory, basic or hypocrisy, whatever you want to call it. That's just what I that's just what I noticed, or I didn't notice until this year, is that uh, for a group of for a group that seems to be so against taking the attention away, they end up doing the same every 9/11. I mean, that's the other thing is that they don't even care to post about the innocent Muslims killed following 9/11 any other day of the year, and it's it it's just, I don't know. So I don't know. I just they always, or that is something that I notice, is that a lot of causes only get attention one day a year. Like the 4th of July, for example. The 4th of July is, they say America shouldn't be celebrated because America was oppressive, it's colonized, and black people were historically oppressed and still are, allegedly. Therefore, they shouldn't celebrate the 4th of July. Now, 4th of July is at least different because the liberals who are saying that black people are oppressed at least say this a lot of other days of the year. Meanwhile, for September 11th, I almost never hear about Muslims. Hi, Keith. Hi, Ibrahim. Meanwhile, on September 11th, I never hear about the innocent Muslims they claim to care so much about. The innocent Muslims who were killed, that they claim should be given attention on 9/11 just because of the events that took place after 9/11, which it's just messed up because September 11th, there were enough people who died. I'm not going to deny that there were innocent Muslims killed. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny Islamophobia. However, just talking about it a different day, I would have a lot more respect if you at least talked about this any other day. And I know they're not going to leave September 11th alone. I'd just at least have a little more respect if they brought it up other days of the year too, because this is mainly when I hear about. This is the only day of the year when I hear about the innocent Muslims who were killed or Islamophobia in general. Now, there was a different post that says the same thing. Um, it says the same thing, only the caption is different. Yeah, so you already saw this. So yeah, I'm not gonna go over it again. It says, "Rest in peace to all those who lost their lives due to terrorism, racism, Islamophobia, and hatred." And given the woke definition of terrorism, I would assume that they don't mean the terrorism that was perpetrated by Al Qaeda, because the woke definition of terrorism is simply a white person who kills someone or people, basically, or just a white person who commits violence in any way. I mean, I could safely assume, or yeah, I could give them the benefit of the doubt that this is talking about terrorism that was per- perpetrated by Al Qaeda. Um, I'm throwing it out there that there is a woke definition of terrorism. So that's all I have to say about um, the other post, just because it had the same, or just because it was the same image. You're fine, Keith. It's okay. Uh, you're. Thank you for watching. You're the only one who is. Um, I was just saying that I was just saying what I said yesterday. No, I'm not done. I'm just saying what he was watching my. So, Keith, I'm not ending. I'm not ending the stream because I had other posts to show. I had other posts that I was gonna go over. Plus, I'm also gonna stream after this because I still want to go over that actual Jake video or actual Jake stream on Undoomed. So, that's only if that's only if I have time. So, just to reiterate on those two posts, I was saying that just that every single year the left makes 9/11 about Muslims and only Muslims. And I was just saying that it is wrong to kill innocent Muslims and to blame all of them for 9/11, which I haven't actually seen recently. Um, yeah, just reiterating that they don't, or just saying they don't care about the Muslims killed by, or the victims killed by Al Qaeda or the Muslims uh, killed following September 11th until September 11th. Uh, oh, you're fine. You're fine, Cube. It's okay. I really do mean that it's okay. Um, so this other post that I was gonna take a look at and screen share. Here it is. Actually, I'll get to this one right after. Uh, I don't want to make it sound like I'm retainer of Mizline. You know, it's the only. Yeah, I'll just. It said this morning, uh, or the morning of 9/11, my political science professor made me leave class so the other students could grieve and process safely. I was 18 and living away from my parents for the first time. Yeah, I'll never forget. Um, I don't believe this happened. I really don't believe this happened. Uh, I mean, if it did happen, I guess I could say that. No, this didn't happen. This didn't happen because you didn't know who the perpetrator was until hours after. So no, I'm not believing this happened. All they said was that it was terrorists, or they said that there was one plane that hit the tower, and then there was a second one, and then they speculated it was on purpose. Yeah, I'm not believing this happened. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. I keep saying yeah a lot. I need to stop that. And I hear Jack on Monkey in the Morning say yeah. So can't pull this up. I can't. Alright. I can't seem to pull up this post. I'm gonna have to exit a few just to see if I can pull it up. And I still can't seem to. Still can't seem to. Oh. I really should tell you in advance that I'm gonna stream. So is it still not gonna show up? It's not gonna show up, is it? This is stupid. Uh, this is. So why can't I find this image? Here it is. Finally. So it says, uh, I hope all Muslims, Sikhs, and South Asians in general stay safe these next few days. As much as we should remember those who lost their lives on 9/11, let's not let's not neglect those innocent people who became subject to harassment and racism and are still facing such attitude to this day. To this day. I am not wearing retainer or Invisalign. I need to stop lip smacking. Uh, as much as we should remember those who lost their lives on 9/11, they should. They deserve to be remembered. Instead, they're fear-mongering and posting about Islamophobia every September 11th to make it about Muslims. They never make it about the 3,000 victims who lost their lives in a tragedy. They only insult them in favor of a cause they only fight for once a year, and other convenient times, including election years, misinterpreting quotes, and even then, it's not really that often. Yeah, actually, I'm really glad you brought that up, Keith. Because there was another series of posts that I was going to include. Uh, so should have pulled this up a lot sooner. Yeah, I could just do that. Trade school. Anything about trade school? I just heard that Minecraft YouTuber died of allegedly COVID-19. Sorry, I'm just listening to Jack's stream. Or not Jack's stream. Why did I say Jack's stream? Um, so Jack says that Keemstar just tweeted about it, and he's spelling the name because I guess he can't pronounce it. Um, I don't even remember the guy's name. Um, so who's Asher? Responding even though I'm not even playing the audio. Oh, I hope Spudgun is okay. Uh, so Monkey knows who he is. While we mourn the tragedy of 9/11, which you're not, judging by how you started that, it's important to acknowledge the increasing Islamophobia that came after. U.S. Muslims reflect on 9/11 and how it changed their lives. So now I get to pull these series of images up. I hate that I have to do this manually just because StreamYard's weird. Alright, so Roa, Roman, Roman said that she remembers the insults hurled at her as a child, people calling her a terrorist and sans N-word. Some asked if she was related to Osama bin Laden. That doesn't sound believable. Roman asked. Roman said that in high school, one teacher pulled her out of class and asked if her family belongs to a terrorist group, not believing that either. Outside of school, Roman was banned from going to a close friend's family home because she was Muslim and dangerous. A little more believable, that's plausible at best. I remember trying so hard to get people to see me as a person, she said. I stubbornly ignored the reality in front of me that my community was being systemically targeted from airports to universities to mosques. Wait, so if they're systemically, I ignored the reality in front of me that my community was being systemically targeted from airports. Wait, so if you're saying that mosques were also against you, or are you saying that Muslims are you saying that Muslims are also discriminated against you? Which, by the way, given your religion, uh, given that you're a female in that religion, they definitely would. Um, yeah, 9/11 is bad. Some people did something. Won't somebody please think of the Muslims? Uh, well, yeah. Wait, you can believe what happened specifically to you? Everything she listed? I'm not trying to argue. I'm just asking for clarification. Uh, uh Ashanti Jabri. I don't even know if I'm saying these names right. Uh, share screen, share screen, share screen. Ashanti. Yeah, Ashanti Jabri. Ashanti Jabri was taught to be cautious about racism and Islamophobia since he was young. He didn't understand uh, that 9/11. He didn't understand what that meant until 9/11 occurred. Jabri's parents explained what happened and told him that even though they didn't do anything wrong, their lives would be changed forever. It felt like I it was like I felt the need to constantly denounce those acts and ideologies. To remind people, those people are not me. I'm not that kind of Muslim, he said. I was constantly analyzing myself and what I had to say instead of dealing with the issues 9/11 caused me as a Muslim. I, yeah, this also sounds plausible. Well, this is definitely more believable than that Roman girl's. I can't even remember her name. I almost feel bad in a way. But still, having to constantly denounce those acts and ideologies. Um, I mean, yeah, that sucks because that applies to a lot of groups or demographics, groups and demographics basically. Um, oh, you can believe that she was called that. Yeah, I believe that too. I believe that too, Keith. I was just saying that I don't believe people asked that she was. I can believe people called her those disgusting insults. I just don't believe that people asked if she was related to Osama bin Laden. So yeah, this guy, uh, yeah, it does suck. Um, Anila Afzali. I'm really not trying to butcher these names. Anila Afzali. Hey, Parody Bear. Oi, is what he says. Um, when the attacks occurred, Afzali said she was glued to her TV, glued to the TV in her dorm room, watching in terror. Watching in horror, Afzali said she was concerned for her parents, who owned a small market and gas station. Were you concerned right as you were saying this? Or after it was said who the perpetrators were? Her father hung up an American flag at the store and she hoped it was enough to protect them from bigots. That's not what bigot means. Bigot means that you're discriminatory or hateful to uh, a belief or opinion, which, yeah, they've done a really good job at conflating bigot and racism, sexism, homophobia, and all those is and phobes. Bigot does not mean any of those. You could be bigoted towards Nazis, which I am. You could be bigoted toward the Klan, which I am. Afzali worries that the recent events in Afghanistan will lead to a new wave of bigotry and violence against Muslims in the US. This is just fear mongering. Seriously, Trump said, um, that the squad should fix the issues in the countries in the Middle East, then come back to see how much they'll appreciate in to see how much they'll appreciate America. And he was lied about. He was said he was basically gaslighted into because everyone took that phrase out of context. They said that he told the squad to go back to your country. So yeah, all that alone, you've heard nothing except Islamophobia throughout the 2016 election. There is no way Af- uh, recent events in Afghanistan will lead to a new wave of bigotry and violence against Muslims in the US. Or, technically speaking, you can be bigoted against Muslims. However, even that wouldn't lead to violence in the US. This is just fear mongering. Even though Muslims were killed in the attacks, and Muslims were part of the frontline workers, risking their lives to try to save um, so many in New York and beyond, Muslims were still being demonized and collectively blamed. Uh, and that broke my heart, she said. So even though the Muslims, if you need to be worried, you need to be worried the fact that you're a woman who is a Muslim because the male Muslims will kill you if you disobey. Uh, oh, thanks, Keith. Thanks a lot. Anal Hafzalai. I don't even know how to try to pronounce it. Kind of. Oh, you kind of tuned out Scribe stream. Yeah, I saw Scribe. I am so stupid. I didn't know Scribe was gonna Scrime. Did I just say Scribe? I didn't know Scribe was gonna stream that early. Um. Oh, you're talking about Scribe stream. Yeah, I did hear Pat say that Scribe was gonna stream at 7 o'clock CST. I mean, I only assumed he was referring to tonight. I just didn't really check until an hour and a half into the stream. And by then, Monkey started streaming, so I just listened to that. Oh, yeah, Monkey said Strive last year. You're fine, Keith. Really, it's okay. You don't have to watch every single stream. Uh, Especially not live. You don't have to watch every single stream, nor do you have to watch every single stream live. Uh, I mean, yeah, they'll appreciate that you show. It's really not a big deal if you miss it. I know it's not as fun to watch them after. It's cool. It's what I'm trying to say. Um, Sorry about that. I just had to step away for a couple of seconds. I really, really hate having dead air. I wish I could play something whenever I have to leave for a few seconds and whenever there needs to be dead air. Yeah, I hate when that happens on a stream. Or I hate when that happens on my own stream. Because, unlike Monkey, I don't know. It's just awkward. Oh, fear of missing out. Um, yeah, so Afzali is just fear mongering. There's no way there's gonna be society's become too woke for there to be a new wave of bigotry and violence against Muslims in the U.S. Um, it's not that's just not going to happen. Society won't let it happen. You hate creating it or two when you don't know what to say or how to do it. It's okay. Um, so the next, let's see. I don't think I'm gonna. All right, this name I can definitely pronounce. This is definitely the most pronounceable name uh, in these lists of people. Nadia Ahmad. Very simple, about as simple as you can get. Nadia Ahmad. When the attacks occurred, Ahmad's heart broke for all the innocent people who lost their lives. She, but she also knew that backlash Muslims. She also knew that the backlash against Muslims would be harsh. Ugh, gum smacking again. So, I hate having to repeat myself. The backlash against women in Muslim countries is a lot harder than backlash against Muslims in the US has ever been. Actually, that's not what I actually said. Or yeah, that's not what I said. I just uh. All right, I'll just continue. While some Muslim women who typically wore the hijab remove their headscarves, Ahmad refused. And I got oh oh. All right, I'm gonna put something in chat. Uh, there you go. um, so yeah, she described her hijab as a shield and a source of her courage. A few days later, a few days after the attack, Ahmad recollects when a man yells, "Go back to your country! Go back to your country!" at her. Yeah, that's plausible. The only reason I don't believe this is because of the narrative that that's what people are told is to go back to your country. Yeah, you mainly see it uh, fear monger that it's said to Muslims and Hispanics. I don't know. Because what would make this more believable is if he said, "Go back to the Middle East." It also doesn't say the race of the man, so uh, I guess I could jokingly say that it was probably a black guy who said it. We all know what they're trying to apply, though. They're trying to apply that it was a white guy who said this to her. Um, hang on. Okay, there we no. Uh, all right. I stared back at him and his pathetic existence and walked away. His pathetic existence, so stunning and brave. Um, I, I shouldn't mock her for that, because if she really did experience this, that guy's a scumbag. Still, though, she wouldn't stare back at any Muslim men and their pathetic existence and walk away, because then they'll stone her. Muslims are now uh, Muslims now are stronger as a community, she said. While in many ways we are still powerless in silence, we fought back against stereotypes. We added our own negatives. Um, I mean, I am glad that Muslims are not. Yeah, I'm glad they don't have the negative stereotype against them. I'm glad they're, uh, I guess, fighting back against stereotypes. I don't know. And I'm doing this as Monkey streams uh, a story about a 9/11 football game worse than the headline. Offensive behavior is wearing red, white, and blue. I hate. Leave the country. If you hate red, white, and blue, just leave the country. Black, white, Hispanic, you're all American. You're all supposed to embrace the red, white, and blue. Oh, and Jack said there are probably words to offend black people, even though black people are Americans, as Monkey said. Uh, red, white, and blue is not offensive. Those colors are beautiful. Red, white, and navy blue. Oh, maybe he was suggesting that she'd be better off there. He was just a concerned citizen. I mean, I guess you can kind of stretch it that way. Um, I don't know, because the context that it's set in, uh, I mean, that does make sense too, actually. That makes a lot more sense. Or I shouldn't say a lot more sense. It makes just as much sense that this, or that would be the intention as it would be if it was told, or, yeah, it would make sense if that was the intention as much as it would make sense if she was told that because someone was uh, hateful towards Muslims. Yeah, both make sense. Sounds like a normal, decent human being. I don't even know if we were being facetious. um, so I'm glad this girl isn't as fear mongering as the other girl who said that there will be uh, a rise or a new wave of bigotry and violence against Muslims in the U.S. following Afghanistan. Uh, that's the only thing that I'm grateful for, at least. And the last, I didn't mean to put Paint 3D. Alright. I wish I could, like, show these in a slideshow. I just don't know how to exactly. Um, yeah, and this is, I'm not gonna screen share. Screen share. Alright. Their source for this is CNN. Alright, and South Park Christmas recital all over. Frosted Glasses donated. Um, yeah, there is a source CNN. So, what's that? Frog? A frog and a question mark. That is a good question, Monkey. Why, on 9/11 of all days, would you ask people why they're dressed in red, white, and blue? Again, red, white, and blue are beautiful colors. They're beautiful colors put together. Um, I know there are a lot of oh, lizard as in Chris the lizard. Yeah, so a lot of people want to come to the U.S. The Hong Kong protesters are more patriotic than a lot of leftists, liberals, and leftists. I could check. I just exited that. Um, they don't post a link. All right, CNN.com, CNN.com, 2021 slash /09 slash /07 slash US slash Muslims dash relationship. Oops, typo. Dash with dash America dash September dash 11 slash index dot html question mark. Oh, not secure. There's no page here. Oh, because I put periods instead of slashes. Alright, he should be here. Those people are not me. Uh, no, it's actually by Allah Elisar. I'll throw out the link to this article on the chat. The link is in the chat. Oh, and the name is ALAA uh, ELASSAR. That's their name. Allah a lizard. LOL or lol. Yeah, lol. That's his. Yeah. Uh, L lizard. Yep. I love what Monkey's about to say. I 100% agree, Monkey. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Unfortunately, he's going to be called a bigot for that. A bigot, a racist, a xenophobe. Um, it sucks. Oh, Chris. No, because I had one more to share. Uh, Crystal is a creeper. Uh, oh, yeah, I already wonder if the Christ hang out. Yeah, I had one more. It was this. So it's SpongeBob and a MAGA hat. Both are SpongeBob. 654,000 plus deaths from the coup and 2,996 deaths from 9/11. And yeah, you could see the side by side. How can you have a war on terrorism when war itself is terrorism? Howard Zinn. Now, I wanted to end on this specifically because I started out by saying that, yeah, in the beginning of the stream, I said that there were tweets that compared 9/11 to January 6th, or it should be the other way around. They compared January 6th to 9/11 on 9/11, and they got ratioed. I wanted to end on this because it's because it's comparing 9/11 to COVID, so another current event, and two is because this also got ratioed. Uh, Technically, I guess, because a lot of the comments were saying, even the people who agree, they were saying this is distasteful, or yeah, it's in poor taste basically, and there were even people who said that they agree, um, and they should have posted this on a different day, not on 9/11. Oh, Spud Guns and Monkeys chat. Um, I like what Jack's saying too. So yeah, uh, I got really, I was boiling as I saw this because this is just ridiculously stupid for anyone to think. So yeah, that's all there is to say about that. Um, I think I might still have time to respond to uh, actual Jake, which I'm not gonna do now. I'm gonna do that in another stream. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm ending just because I really want to listen to Monkey and Jack talk about the stupidity. So take care, everyone. And wait, I better check if Spudgun replied. Oh, he did say hello. Um, he says he's good. Everything's gravy. I would assume that means great. It's because great sounds like gravy. Uh, I agree. Our Gyrus, um, who is Monkey quoting? That is so touchy. Monkey said, I don't know who he was quoting. He said someone or coming from a Latino background, coming from a Latino background. Um, it is painful to see people hate America because they had a grandparent who would have loved to come to America. They're gonna do a TikTok. They're ending in a TikTok. Now who did Monkey quotes? Oops, misspelled Monkey. Where did I miss? Oh, it still misspelled it. I'm stupid. Um, makes money for companies. Oh, this pandemic is like a war. It makes companies tied to the government. It's propaganda by the media. It can be used to manipulate politics and markets. Um, so Monkey said he didn't want to end on the lack of patriotism in the story. However, I will end in the stupidity of this post just because I already said that people were speaking against him. So, oh, he just said it. Yeah, so I don't know if I still have time to stream actual Jake's video. I mean, I still only have 20 minutes to take a look at. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do that on a different stream because I already set that up, and because I already said what I needed to say. This stream actually went a lot longer than I thought it would have been. I thought this was only gonna be like 20 minutes, and then I would have streamed actual Jake. Um, so yeah, I will see you guys on the next stream, which I hope will be tonight. Let's see how much I can go over in 20 minutes. Goodbye. 9/11 was a major tragedy.